Welcome back to Donald Mackerel Gaming with me, Donald Mackerel. It is yet another surprisingly good Xbox 360 list. I think we're on part 7. I think it could be 7, 13, 38. I don't know. I don't know how many we've done now. Life has just merged into one big blur of Xbox 360 games. But I do have 10. I'm staring at them just off camera. 10 surprisingly good Xbox 360 games that either don't get talked about enough, or when they do get talked about, people say they're blooming terrible. So we're going to start off with the first one that I think people should at least give a go to, which is Oblivion, sort of. It's when your mum says we've got Oblivion at home. It is Dark Messiah, Might and Magic Elements. I've never heard of this. Apparently it is a big franchise. Don't know. Never heard of it. But it seems like if you think Oblivion is too tricky and you don't want to go through like leveling up and things like that, and it's too complex, lots and lots of stuff going on, get that. It is so dumb but fun. And it is the same sort of thing, same viewpoint. It's a third-person sword and sorcery sort of epic with lots of different styles. I say lots of different styles. There's 3 styles you can play as. You can be, again, simplicity. You can be a warrior, you can be an archer, or you can be a magician. I chose the archer and instantly regretted it because the start of the game is pretty much things just rushing you and you don't have much chance to take them out long distance. But really enjoyed my time with that. I don't know what it got rated as, but again, not many people seem to talk about it, and I don't want to call it a hidden gem because it's not hidden, because it actually exists and it's out there and you can get it anywhere. But it's dirt cheap as well. It cost me about like £3, and it's such a fun game for £3. So if you like your sword and sorcery and you think that you can't really be bothered putting in hours and hours and hours into a game, you just want to quick pick up and play, have a giggle, get that. It's really good. Now, the second game, if this has got bad reviews, I'm guessing it's because they didn't push through that first 20 minutes like I did with the horrendous voice acting, the horrendous dialogue, the awful sort of guff it makes you go through. It's Darkstar 1, Broken Alliance. So, it says it's an RPG. I'm not sure if it is or if you'd class it as that. I suppose I might do, but it's basically a spaceship sort of game where you can be anything you want to be. You can be a trader, you can be a mercenary, you can be a pirate, you can be a rogue, you can be a diplomat. There's so many different ways to play that game, which sounds fantastic, and genuinely it is. It's a really good game. But oh my god, you've got to give it time. That's a little swear word for you, Calypso. So Calypso don't half make some bad games. They make some really good games, but they don't half make some bad games. And this is one that by rights should be a Stonewall banger, bar the fact that the story is rough as hell. I say the script, who wrote that? It's just gibberish. It sounds like it's been, and it probably has, sounds like it's been written like an Eastern European person and roughly translated into English. But the acting in it, the acting is so dire and it's so hard to get into it. But once you give it a go, once you get into the mechanics and doing the missions and learning about the game, it is like one of those. It's got a story, so it does have an ending. But if you want to, you can just sort of play it forever. Just go through being a trader or being a pirate or whatever. Really enjoyed my time with that. And yet again, dirt cheap games. Do go and pick it up if you see it. Now this is an odd one because I think this game it's on the PS3 I think, but it's also obviously on the Xbox 360, which is why I've got it now. But they called it Uncharted for the 360, which is quite weird. It is Dark Void. So I would say it's Uncharted, if anything, because I'm not an Uncharted fan, but this isn't as good as Uncharted, as in like the voice acting, everything behind it, the storyline, it's all a bit rough. It's like, if you've ever seen the film The Rocketeer, so 1920s sort of futuristic sci-fi, but in the present day, i.e. if I went back to the 1920s and I had to think what the future would be like, it would be like this. It's that. You're fighting basically like robots, but there's a weird like Inca sort of civilization around as well. Really, really good, but it completely follows the Uncharted mechanic of things in the distance, you hiding behind stuff, cover, shoot, move forwards, cover, shoot. Instead of climbing, which is big in Uncharted, on this, you use your rocket jetpack bit. There is also like dog fighting that goes on. Not as in like people letting staffies off at each other, as in you're flying in the air, like taking each other out, sort of like aeroplanes. I really, really, really enjoyed my time with this. Again, not heard many people talk about it, and it's not a rare game. Yet again, another dirt cheap game. If you're paying more than £5 for that, you're being mugged. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Do go and grab it ASAP. The next two games I'm going to do as a sort of bundle together, even though it's two completely separate games, nothing to do with each other. It's just they're both bullet hell games, and I didn't say, well, I wouldn't say I didn't used to like them. I'd just say that they were always too tricky for me. These are still really, really tricky, but they've got different modes. So you can have like an easier mode, an arcade mode, or a super duper what the heck is going on mode. Both of them. Really, really enjoyed my time with them. The first one is Death Smiles, the deluxe edition. More like a left to right sort of shooter, like R-Type, if you will, like that. But again, bullet hell. And the other one is Dodonpachi Resurrection. What's it called? Deluxe Edition. Okay, Dodonpachi Resurrection Deluxe Edition. And that's like where they narrow the screen down and you're going bottom to top and there's things come down here and like the big warning sirens go off as the massive spaceship comes at the end of the level and you've got to try and take it out. Honestly, both of these are fantastic. I cannot fault either of them. And again, I'm not a bullet hell guy. They really don't do it for me normally. Both of these, though, fantastic. I didn't want to stop playing them, so they've gone straight into my collection. I will say, though, they're not super duper expensive. They are getting pricey now, though, so if you do want them, be prepared to have to shell out some proper notes on these. And I'm talking about like £20-25. But yeah, great games. Do grab them ASAP. So for my sixth game is a first-person shooter, which, as many people know, I hate. I can't stand first-person shooters. But it's also a horror game, which I also hate. So why do I like this? I do not know. It is Doom 3, the BFG Edition. So as a kid, I really liked Doom. I really liked Doom 2. Then I got older, my reactions went. I didn't play any more of them until the Doom 2016 came out, and that was too much for me. My head couldn't cope with it. So I'd never really thought about going back in time and playing Doom 3, especially when people told me it's more of a horror game than a first-person shooter. So I thought, like, oh god, I'm going to hate that. Point number one. This contains both Doom 2, well, and Ultimate Doom on that disc. So I can play my childhood on that disc, which I'm really chuffed with. Doom 3, though, I suppose it's a horror. It is creepy and scary in places. Lots of jump scares, I would say. But it's slow-paced. You're not running through a million miles an hour, struggling to understand what's going on and struggling to cope with all the buttons. It's really good. The storyline's good. The acting's good. Sure, the graphics are a little bit dated nowadays when you look at it, but come on. As long as the game's good, that's all that matters. And Doom 3, I cannot believe I slept on this for so long. It's absolutely fantastic. I would rate this better than the Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal or Doom Dark Ages, whatever the heck it is. I would say it's better than those, but only because of the way that I like playing games. I'm sure if you're into fast-paced shooters, this probably isn't for you. If you do like to take your time, if you do like to just go in and perhaps get a bit of atmosphere, God forbid, pick up Doom 3, the BFG edition. It's fantastic. At 7 is yet another game that I was tentative about playing, because I've always been told this series is terrible, which I've recently found out it isn't. I've played quite a few of the games in this series and I've enjoyed most of them. This one, though, I got told, it's like Grand Theft Auto, but you don't actually get to get out your car. It's Driver San Francisco, which technically is true. You don't get out your car because you're in a coma in a hospital bed, obviously somewhere else, not inside a car, and you're using your consciousness to flip from driver to driver to driver. So you sort of go up into the sky and then go down into a car. I would say, though, it's similar to Grand Theft Auto in that there's a plot there. I would say it's more like the Burnout franchise, because you've got lots of little things you can do. Like you've got stunt runs, you've got crashes, you've got things where you've got to scare people by getting the blood pressure through the roof. There's collectibles as you're going around, and obviously different things for different vehicles. Genuinely, I found that a breath of fresh air, because I went into it going, it's just going to be a GTA clone. It really, really isn't. Pick it up. It's bloody brilliant. And again, dirt cheap. I have no idea how to describe my 8th game. I've been told this is something to do with the Jewish faith. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it was someone pulling my leg, but trying to understand it, I don't. It even says on the front, 9 out of 10, incomparable. It is El Shaddai. What? Ascension of the Metatron. I don't know. It's like a weird sort of hack and slash, ethereal, religious game about doing God's will and making people believe in you, and it's like fight in the darkness. But there's bits where if enemies hit you, your trousers fall off. I can't describe it. It is absolutely insane. I would say it's sort of God of War, but yeah, insane, madness, absolute madness. The plot I could not follow, but I didn't want to put the game down. It was so much fun, absolutely blooming brilliant. So one more time, El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron. I don't know what this is worth. I remember I paid, I think it was it £6 that I found it in a shop for. And then the guy looked it up in CX and tried to charge me about 5 times that. And I was like, no, that's the price on the front. So, yeah, it probably is getting a bit pricey now. But good God, is it a fantastic game. Again, it was at Eurogamer.net, 9 out of 10. Incomparable. But I would say it needs to be in your shelving. So 9th in my list is something from a franchise that I'm aware of. I've attempted to play a few of their games, and I've really, really struggled because normally they're too complex for me. Even the simpler ones, like the one on the Kinect. It is Front Mission Evolved, the Square Enix sort of. I'd say it's a mech RPG. I would. Yeah, really, really enjoyed my time with this one. It's not as complex as some of the other ones I've played. Admittedly, the ones I've played have been. I think it was on the PS1 one I tried to play. That was a little bit. What's going on? But yeah, really, really good. Sort of, as I said, you're a mech pilot, or even though really you're not. I can't give too much away about the plot, but you're not a mech pilot, but you're in a mech. But you get to customise your mech, so you get to load it out with all different things. And obviously, the more you fight, the more you earn. The more you earn, the better your mech gets. But it's I can't give anything away about the plot. It's so good. It's really, really good. And it's got that Square Enix quality about it. The graphics are fantastic. You know, the gameplay is slick. It really, really does control well. I'm not normally into me mech games. That, though, was absolute genius. I can't remember what it cost me. I don't think it was too expensive, but I don't think it was dirt cheap. But yeah, if you see that for about a £5, grab it. And the final game, the 10th game. I hated looking at this on my shelf. I didn't want to play it. I was genuinely like, oh my God. Look, I don't get why they do this. It's called Fuel. So that in itself, a sideways logo, makes me just go, I don't like that. Just put it across the top, be normal. It's just the way my head is. I don't like it. But here's the worst bit. I'm going to put this with all the other games. See if you can spot what's wrong there. Can you see? Everything goes sort of like that. Bar Fuel, which is upside down. It's absolutely blooming insane. And I'm not joking, look, that's the front of them. Whoever's done the side to Fuel, put it on upside down. This is nothing to do with the gameplay. It just winds me up. I like uniformity. I like things to be in a pattern. And that is just horrendous. So it angered me. And I wanted to hate the game. and then I put it in, and it is so much fun. It's absolutely bloody brilliant. Honestly, it's fantastic. Again, it's I don't think it's like apocalyptic or anything, but you've got like buggies, quad bikes, scramblers, all sorts of stuff, and you're just going across like a wasteland trying to do different missions for different people, like races and things like that, but also picking up fuel as you're driving around, so hence the name Fuel. So if you are into your quirky open world, would you call it, open world races, again, sort of Burnout Paradisey, if you're into that, you're going to love this, because it's just literally racing in dirt with other people. Absolute mayhem. Really, really, really good fun. I imagine it'd be fantastic if they did like a 2-player version. I think it was only multiplayer online, so sadly it's only a 1-player version. But that, back in the heyday, playing it online against other people, that must have been something special. But it's still good playing it on your own. Fuel. So, that's my 10 surprisingly good Xbox 360 games that people probably don't talk about. If they do talk about it, they say they're bad. Again, there's that frustrating Fuel, which is bloody the wrong way around. But that is my 10. Do you like these? Do you not like them? Do you think I'm an idiot? You probably do, because of me disliking something just because of the cover. I will put up my full list of games that have made it to my wall now. And if your stuff hasn't made that list, don't worry. It doesn't mean you've got bad games. It just means I've got bad taste. I hope you've enjoyed that. Anyway, please do let me know what probably should make my wall. It won't, because I've already played them all. But please do pop them in the comments. Anything that you think I've missed, or if you think that these are fantastic, give me your experiences in the comments. Anyway, this has been Donald Mackerel for Donald Mackerel Gaming. I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, everybody.